Hello and welcome to our biology project. We built a museum for this. I think we might as well go into the museum. Let's start it off with a bang. This is welcome to the Museum of the History of Shoes. We're gonna put on some music actually. So, this museum shows how shoes change over time to advance performance and fashion. Each display represents a stage in evolution where shoes adapted to different environments, jobs, and lifestyles. As you move through this museum, you'll see how all these shoes share a common origin, but changed over time due to human needs and technology. Going to our first shoe, we see that this is an ancient civilization shoe, estimated between 3000 and 500 CE. So, we take a look around it. This is a slipper. They were made from basic materials from like leather, leaves, or even plant fibers. Their only purpose was to protect their feet from hot ground, rocks, and rough terrain. There is no cushioning, arch support, and no difference between the left and right foot. This is important because it represents the common ancestor of all shoes. Every shoe we have today evolved from the basic idea of protecting the human foot. As we move to the next shoe, we can see that this is a Renaissance shoe from 1500 to 1800. So, this is the Renaissance period where shoes were became more advanced and more stylish. Closed-toe shoes became more common, offering more protection from the weather, especially in colder regions. At the same time, shoes started to represent social status. Wealthy people wore shoes with better materials like fine leather and decorated fabrics. As you can see, this shoe has gold. This shoe shows that evolution is not about survival. Culture and society also influence how things change over time. As we move to our next shoe, we can see that this is a revolution work boot. During the Industrial Revolution, shoes had to adapt to dangerous working conditions. Work boots were designed with thicker soles, stronger stitching, and more durable leather to protect workers in factories, mining, and construction sites. This is a clear example of natural selection and design. The environment became more dangerous, so shoes that provided better protection were more useful and became more common. As we move to the next one, this is an early arm boot. It was evolved from work boots, but adapted for military use. Soldiers needed shoes that could handle long marches, rough terrain, and combat situations. These boots added ankle support, better grip, and stronger construction. As we move to the next shoe, we have the early dress shoe, which was in the early 1900s. This shoe is also evolving, but unlike the work and arm boots, the dress shoes focus more on appearance than function. They use smoother leather, slimmer shapes, and polished finishes. This shows divergent evolution. Shoes with the same origin split into different types based on purpose. Some for work, some for fashion.
Now we're getting to the early sneaker. This was a major turning point in terms of the shoe. Sneakers introduced rubber soles, which made shoes more flexible, quieter, and more comfortable for everyone. People could now walk longer distances without as much pain. This shows how new materials can drive evolution. Rubber changed the way shoes functioned and led to modern footwear. Now we move on to the early 20th century athletic shoe, also known as a Converse. As sports became more popular, shoes again evolved to improve performance. Converse created one of the first basketball shoes designed specifically for movement on the court. These shoes provided better grip, ankle support, and stability. This is an example of an adaptation to human activity. As sports demanded more from athletes, shoes evolved to meet those demands. Now we get into the late 20th century sneaker, also known as the Air Jordan 1s. This shoe combined performance technology with fashion and identity. People didn't just wear these for sports, they wore them to express themselves. This shows cultural evolution as shoes became part of their identity, not just function, or protection.
Now we're gonna take a little tour of the shoe. Beautiful wood. It just shows how powerful evolution is. This is the perfect time to show you guys our real model, which was a cake, and this is it right here. Same exact shoe in Minecraft. It's kind of mind-blowing. Now we get to our future display. So this is kind of fun because this one we had a like crazy mind-blowing idea. So what if a shoe could tie itself? So we have the new Nike Adapts. So these shoes actually tie themselves. So I don't know if we could actually make them in real life, but it's a nice display onto the future. It shows that evolution is ongoing and driven by innovation. And thank you for watching our museum project. And this museum demonstrates that all shoes share a common ancestor but have changed through adaptation. Environmental conditions, sports, job, and culture all influence how shoes evolved. Each stage builds on the previous one, showing clear pattern of gradual change and improvement. Shoes are a strong-willed example of evolution, showing how human needs shape design over time.